Well, look at that. We're live for another Joking Adventure Hour. This is Tuesday, August 11, 2026. Hello to X, Rumble, and BitChute. Hello to YouTube. Hello to Lurks and Bots. Hello to the chat. Hello to George.
Greetings, everybody.
We stream every night because the stories are real, but the news, they be fake.
Oh, yeah.
Before we jump in, be sure you get your copy of The Immortal Mass, a 200-page graphic novel created by yours truly on my website, Dinales.com. You can also get it at CriticalBlast.com and Amazon.com.
Yep.
All right. Brian Cates. I love how some people are still pretending they didn't see where this is heading. Pepe Deluxe. We're starting a new party with Massey, MTG, Joe Kent, and hopefully other fence riders that are pretending to be MAGA soon.
Uh-oh.
I believe this is what they call diluting the vote.
Yep, absolutely. They're gonna contribute to the failure of the Republican Party.
Yep. And here's the thing, and they're using all 10 points, which is basically a lot of talking points that Trump has said in the past.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
They're diluting the votes tells me only one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they are rhinos.
Yep.
Because if they were really serious, they wouldn't dilute the vote.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
Strange, right?
Yep.
Watcher.guru just in, President Trump considered lowering the capital gain taxes.
Well, how about just removing it?
You know, this is more like time to freak people out and see who jumps to it and who jumps against it. You know, it's like throwing a rock in a pond. What scuns comes out?
Yep.
Amir King, a mom posts back-to-school photos for her 7th graders. Note that both kids are wearing ankle monitor. How proud must she be? See? Ankle monitor.
She is proud. You know why?
Because she's with them and not without?
Yeah. And her kids are still with us.
Yes. Still alive.
You know, they're still with us.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like she's taking control of the kids being stupid.
Momentarily.
Well, but it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Localized farm market. In-N-Out has reformulated several items, replacing synthetic dyes with color from ingredients such as turmeric and beta-carotene. The chain also says that some sauce and drinks moved away from high fruit-type corn syrup, while cottonseed oil was removed from its buns. That is an ingredient change, not proof that the whole menu is healthy, but it shows customer pressure can move even large change. George,
okay.
Your thoughts?
Who is In-N-Out again? Are they like McDonald's?
I believe it's one of the more popular food chain in the United States.
How big are they compared to McDonald's?
I would say they're like about 5th because they are localized. They don't move.
So that means they can afford to pivot.
Yeah.
They don't have the infrastructure the size of McDonald's to make it very difficult to pivot.
Right, because usually they don't open a new store unless they have a infrastructure there.
Yeah.
But this is, and I believe In-N-Out burgers are also where it popularized the people. Instead of talking about talk about Chick-fil-A, where they have people taking orders outside. In-N-Out
Yep.
burgers, the one who popularized that concept, I believe. I don't know. I haven't been at a fast food joint since 2020. George, any comments?
I had my comments. Who are they? What makes them so
Nobody.
special?
Let's see. Flapper breaks up with long-term fiance. Immediate starts posting communist calcium cannons on Instagram. So many such cases. TMZ Representative Alexander Ocasio-Cortez splits from fiance Riley Roberts. Now we know why she's freezing her eggs.
She thinks she's going to win.
Ah, man.
Wait, she broke up? Oh,
Splits.
to her, politics is more important than love.
Yeah.
Remember, people ridicule her.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? This happens, right?
Yeah.
And then this also happened the same day. High post. Sydney Sweetie went live on Instagram today, announced that she has ended her relationship with Scooter Braun. According to her, she caught him cheating with one of his young assistant producer. She said, he told me he was going for work meetings and some industry events. I later found out he was actually on a private trip with a 22-year-old girl who works under him. I really thought I found somebody serious this time, somebody I could build with. I can't trust men. Again, heartbroken. George, what's the likelihood that you have AOC and Sydney Sweeney available at the same time?
She's going to be VP.
I'm just saying.
She's going to be VP.
You'll
see.
And talk about transformation, right? Jenna Ortega, 1 year transformation. So this was when she became popular with Wednesday, right?
Okay.
This is her now.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell did they ring her through?
Holy smokes.
This
can't be real.
She's having the wicked treatment.
Look at the background. So somebody photoshopped this. This got to be photoshopped.
No. Let's see. Copy. Let me move over here.
No, right here. You don't have to do that. What you have to do is find. Just go to Google Images and say Ortega current images.
Okay. Jenna Ortega current images. All right. And we don't want videos. We want just images. Wow. She looks worse.
Really?
Tab. Copy. There you go.
Okay. Guess it wasn't Photoshop. Wow.
Nope. Somebody said, time to get freaky, and decided that she wanted the Bruce Campbell approach to her face. Because of Escape from LA.
Yeah.
MAGA dog, devil dog. Tucker Carlson believed Crackerhead Hunter.
There is no such thing as a laptop. The laptop that he eventually turns over a year later, 18 months later, to the FBI.
I believe that. The story, that was always the weak part of the story.
There is no such thing as a laptop. The laptop that he eventually turns over a year later, 18 months later, to the FBI.
I believe that. The story, that was always the weak part of the story.
There is no such thing as a laptop. The laptop that he...
Interesting.
Yeah, no laptop.
No laptop, but they found 5. No laptop, but it was government issued. No laptop. They warned him. You know.
Things that make go,
Man. You know. You just wonder. Right? It's a wonder. It's a wonder that they actually do anything. Speaking of which, Eunice Cantor Freedom, let the transition to the Women's National Basketball Association begin. Rules are rule. Let freedom play. You can get it. Look, what a strong woman, George.
Jeez. It's at this point you just sit back and enjoy the popcorn.
That's what I'm doing. You know, you can think how they're going to wiggle themselves out of here. They're put in an impossible place. They said no, and everybody sees their bullshit for what it is. They say yes, and basically everybody's gonna see bullshit as it is. Eric, leftists are panicking after President Trump dropped his response to suggestion that he declares a national emergency to secure an election until the Save American Act is law. Did I not call that, George?
Yep, you called it. You called it a long time ago, or a year ago. Easy.
Roots, you have the right to declare a national security emergency for election. The Supreme Court ruled in 1983 that if you declare they can't challenge it, it can only be overturned by 2/3 votes of both houses of Congress. If you do this in the next month, we'll get the photo ID, proof of citizenship, and a limit to mail-in ballots. Trump, stranger things has happened. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, he's going to do it he's going to wait till the last moment in September where they can't do any challenges. And they have to comply. There's not going to be any wiggle room. There's not going to be any space for them to wiggle.
Yep.
And that's the problem. So, for them, not for us. By the way, just so everybody's clear, Trump already called a national emergency when he came back into office last year. People seem to be forgetting that, George.
Oh, well, you know, c'est la vie.
All right, Planet of Memes. Do it, Elon. Elon Musk, how much is it?
What? How much to buy the United Kingdom?
Yeah. I mean, it has to be a couple shekels now, right?
At least a pound.
At least a pound. Oh, man. You know what's also interesting, right?
What's that?
He's already getting the public normalizing the idea that there's a moon base on the moon.
Of course there is.
No. We know there's a moon base. You know there's a moon base. Laura intelligent life form doesn't know that there's moon base.
Oh.
So how do you introduce that there's going to be a moon base without saying that there's a moon base?
By showing them the moon base.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, the moon base alpha will be so cool. We want to make it so anyone can go to the moon if they want. SpaceX is getting closer, very close to building the first serious moon base on the moon. Starships changes the entire equation. It's designed to deliver 100 tons directly to the lunar surface, enough to be sustainable commercial travel. Huh. Yeah, and he's going to do it in 2 years because, it's already there. He just needs 2 years to get the people on board.
Yep.
All right, George, you kind of called it as well on this one. This was an easy call.
What to do?
Kind of like the great Starlink could carry 90% of the world's internet traffic. It's the first high bandwidth global network system to ever exist. Starlink might end up doing over 90% of all internet traffic. Almost 11,000 satellites in orbit with Starlink's Virgin 3 and beyond will go to 100,000 satellites. We're in 167 countries, 22 million mobile subscribers, 13 million high bandwidth subscriber. Expect these numbers to increase more than a factor of 10 over time. Cloudflare just recently mentioned, based on the current growth, they think AI traffic will be 1,000 times the internet traffic in 5 years. Let that sink in for a minute. That's a lot of AI. So, yeah, they'll need to all those Verizon and AT&T, all of them are going to have to get that.
All right. Corporate speak, you're going to love this one.
Go ahead.
They all kept on talking about Internet 2.0. Oh no, we got to have Internet 2.0 because if the Internet dies, what, blah, 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 blah.
Elon, click Internet 2.0.
Yeah. Guess what? They can't shut down the internet anymore.
Yeah, it's in orbit.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Turn the power out on the servers?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Make my day.
day.
Go ahead. Make my bandwidth. True Internet 2.0.
And now everybody's jumping on board now that Elon's talking about buying the United Kingdom. Yeah, if it's for sale, why not? Colonel Town Watkins, unacceptable, completely unacceptable. Girl patriot. Maryland woman avoids jail time after defrauding the USAID funded nonprofit for $425,000. Carlina Graham, 59, of Akokee, Maryland, pleaded guilty to wire fraud for draining $425,000 from the World Learning, a NGO that received U.S. funding, USAID funding. Roughly $272,500 of it came from U.S. taxpayer money. She used fake invoice and company credit cards over several years to divert funds to other groups she was connected with. In 2024, she was sentenced to 4 years of probations in order to repay the $425,000 and borrow from federal funds for 3 years. Oh no, 3 years, George. What will she ever do?
Yep.
Go to her homies and say, loan me the $500,000, I'll pay you back in 4 years. The Vigilant Fox. Oh my God. Fox News anchor gas on air as billionaire Bill Ackman reveals he and his wife suffered 7 miscarriages during COVID. In January 2021, Fauci sent a text chain message to the CDC director Rochelle Winesky that vaccination, specifically the second dose, could be associated with miscarriage in the first trimester. Yeah.
Yep. I believe this is called irrefutable evidence.
Yeah. Because a billionaire said it now.
Yep.
And you know about that.
Yep. Billionaires tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. Eric says, awesome. Secretary Mark Rubio's State Department just announced to the entire world the American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again. The Douro Doctrine is in effect. Marco is refusing to let our adversary gain any more influence in our hemisphere. So yeah, so that's basically what it is.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
I can't hear that. Can you?
Are you able to read this? I'll be right back.
Give me a second. Let's see. Yes. A restaurant in Wyoming says this family ate a $130 meal, then left without paying. The owner decided not to contact the police since they reportedly failed to arrest another group who stole from the restaurant in 2024. The Casper Police Department is now criticizing the owner for publicly posting pictures of the thieves, saying it's not the most appropriate tactic. Make them famous. So Sweet Zoe says, please keep comments respectful. We're sharing this because small businesses deserve respect too. Casper, we need your advice. Today at Sweet Zoe's, a family came in, ate, and drank about $130 worth of food, then left without paying. As a small local restaurant, that really hurts. That food is not just food, it is labor, ingredients, bills, and hard work of our team. We don't want drama, we just want the bill taken care of. If this was a mistake, please contact us and make it right. To our restaurant owner friends, what do you do when people dine and dash? Things that make go, All right. The people who dine and dash. Let's expand this a little. First of all, the majority of the people, as far as I understand it, are poor, or they just want to live a dangerous life and see how far they can get to about being arrested, but not being truly arrested. Because being arrested for a $130 meal, holy smokes, that's really low class. I mean, you just can't get any lower class than that. Now, the other thing is, if they made a mistake, well, it's legit. Would they know about it? No, they wouldn't know about it. If they made a mistake,
They thought they paid. They're out on their way out. They get in the car, and they're what? 2 counties, a whole state away from where they originally are. Oh no! The other thing is, this is the part I really love. Maybe they're secret customers. If you really think about it, they could be actually going in and testing out the restaurant, testing out the servers, seeing how the servers react. So it could be one of 3 things: they're poor, and they're trying to make ends meet, and the only way they can do that is maybe feel like decent, maybe feel like they're part of society and have a meal at a restaurant like everybody else, but then run away.
No,
like Monty Python. Two is that they're just assholes.
They're assholes.
Or they like to stick it to the man.
Yeah, they're assholes.
Or they're just secret customers who are testing the staff.
If they're a secret customer, they would say it at the end.
No. Secret customers, they don't say anything. They evaluate and they hand over the data. But the key thing here is the last time this happened was in 2024. So this is not an epidemic.
Yeah.
This is a once in a 2-year happenstance, so to speak. So what's the likely chances that it's a secret customer? I don't think so.
No.
What are likely chances that these are dine and dash people who are just
highly
broke, or they just don't want to pay?
Highly.
Well, it's highly likely.
Yeah.
Is it highly likely that this is a recurring thing? No, because the last one is, as it said here, is 2 years ago. So it's barely an inconvenience. Just saying.
Yeah. Debriefing 17. The institution was the weapon. Today, a court in Damascus sentenced Bashar al-Assad to death in absentee for crimes against humanity and war crimes during the 14-year conflict that kills 500,000 people. His brother Mahir was sentenced to death in absentee alongside with him. His cousin, Brigadier General, who ran the political security branch in Daraa province, the man who led the crackdown, started the uprising in 2011, was also inside a cage wearing a prisoner uniform as the judge read the sentence. So basically, they said that the main key thing is that they were the instrument, the institution, the government itself was the weapon. So they continue on. So look at all of these connections. It's a death sentence for a guy who's not even in the country. Former Syrian president sentenced to death in absentia.
That's terrible.
He's absent for his own execution.
Yeah.
All right. Gator Gar. No one is aborting baby at 9 months. Democrat. Massachusetts. Yes. We made it legal to abort babies at 9 months. We love this journey for us. Polymark. Massachusetts becomes the 10th, not the first, not the second, George. The 10th state to allow abortion at any point in pregnancy.
That is absolutely terrible. Terrible. There should be some. I don't know. It just I'm dumbfounded. I'm actually dumbfounded. We ran stories where a child was born like 1 or 2 months prior
24 weeks
to birth, right? Prior to scheduled birth, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah.
And what about the children that actually did survive?
We talked about that as well.
What about those?
We talked about that as well. Remember, George, we read actual lawsuit. I think this was from Wisconsin, where if they did an abortion but the baby survived, the doctor doesn't have to resuscitate that baby.
Yep.
Just put a blanket and decide what to do with the failed abortion. Meaning, at that point, it's no longer abortion, that's murder of a life. Brian Kate, so NBC News brings their top Russian Gate analysts to discuss the recent declassification of the FBI counterintelligence investigation to President Trump and Attorney General Session to talk about the codes like names Oxford comma and March Toll. Oh, of course, I'm talking about Andrew McCabe. Did they bring him on yet to talk about this? If not, why not? Yeah, why hasn't NBC brought in their talking head, who would be an expert in this, Andrew McCabe?
No.
Oh, because anything he says would be incriminating himself. Jake, they spent $130 million pushing deeper into digital and delivery. Same store sale kept falling, and Yum ultimately agreed to sell Pizza Hut in a value deal at $2.7 billion. Meanwhile, the franchisee, who refused to gut his dining rooms, is filling his. Tim Spark converted 38 of his own Pizza Hut back to the red roof. Tiffany lamp, checker cloth tables, and salad bar. People drive 2 or 3 hours just to sit in this booth and put their phones down. 155 of those classic stands now across dozens of states, quietly proving the old thing never need a rebent, just its roof back. Has the red roof in your town again? I don't know. So have a salad and have a, sit down, enjoy your meal. Woo! Hey, Ethereal. What's your thought, George?
Yeah. That's it.
Eh.
Meh. What's it? M-E-H? Meh?
Meh. Department of State, the Monroe Doctrine has shaped the U.S. foreign policy for over 2 centuries. American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again.
It's 1823. The map of the Americas is being redrawn. Spain has spent centuries amassing a New World empire stretching from Patagonia to California. Now their grip was slipping fast. One by one, Spain's colonies are declaring independence. And back in Europe, the old empires are not taking it well. They're asking themselves, what's to stop us from taking it all back? The United States had come into being mere decades ago in the Revolution. Then we fought Britain again in the War of 1812. America was concerned of the involvement of foreign empires in the New World. Now, America sensed an opportunity to establish a new order. Britain, focused on protecting its trade with the emerging nation, proposed a joint declaration with the United States to deter intervention. But Secretary of State John Quincy Adams, suspicious of British motives, convinced President James Monroe to act independently. Monroe then declared a decree to Congress, among the boldest diplomatic statements in American history.
The American continents, by the free and independent condition which they have assumed and maintained, are henceforth not to be considered as subjects for future colonization by any European powers.
The United States, still a young frontier nation, positioned itself as the preeminent power in the New World and set the
every single time the United States is a young country. Oh, it's this. It's like, you know what? 250 fucking years is not young.
Yes, it is compared to the old world.
Yeah, but who cares? Who cares about the old world? You know what? Yeah, 250 years is young compared to the Earth's existence. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's just stupid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look, see? Here's Panama, part of Colombia. Here's us using law firm and intelligence to cause an independent breakaway for Panama and build the Panama Canal. I love it. See? Panama. And then kind of showing what we've been doing. See? We had a moment, 1899, see?
Yeah.
1899, we could have had control. This could have been a state. Cuba could have been a state of the United States. And also, here's Puerto Rico. But, so interest parties messed it up. Screwed it, George. Screwed us.
Oh, no.
We could have had Cuba as our state. Response 47. The New York City pipe a tier tax is causing New York City and the state a fortune, and that money eventually will be gotten. It's very little compared to the taxes paid by tens of thousands of people who are fleeing the city, never to return. Florida, Texas, and numerous other states are making absolute fortune. This dangerous political experiment in New York will destroy what was once a great city and state. In a pure amateur hour, and it's hard as President of the United States of America to sit back and watch it happen, especially to a place I once loved. Financial and then social ruin is 100% certainty. Then the radical left jihadists charge congestion prices on top of everything else. This doesn't work in America. It must be stopped now. I'm looking to see if the federal government has any legal right to avert this disaster before it's too late. For millions of people who cherish New York and wants to see it thrive, opposed to becoming a filthy, crime-ridden, decrepit place of mockery and scorn. Make America great again, President Donald J. Trump.
Yep.
Yes, sir, you do have the power. It's called Article 2, sir. Article 2. With Article 2 powers, you can say, for the national security reasons, he doesn't have to say it. He can just enact it, but he'll have to justify it so he doesn't get impeached and removed from office. He could actually say, for the security and well-being of the country, I have to assume control of New York and New York State because they're in rebellion and allowing communists to take over, which is repugnant to the Constitution. It's easy as that, George. Easy as that.
Simple.
Oh, yeah, this made me laugh, George. Gunter Eagleman, CNN is clutching their pearls over the Secret Service doing their jobs. Anderson Cooper and Caitlin Collins spent an entire 7 shocked that President Trump team used decoy planes, lowered window shades, and even a catering truck to move him after a serious Iranian threat on his life. They watched him board one plane. He wasn't on it. He was already on a different aircraft. The reaction, is there any precedence for this kind of deception? Yes. Always. It's called protecting the President of the United States from people who want him dead. They make it sound like the scandal is the press got left out of the loop. The scandal is the press was the one who released that information for that to happen. Not that Iran tried to kill the president. Not the threat was severe enough to force multiple plane switches. Just that reporters didn't get to film every second of it. It's the same network that spent years treating every security measure around Trump as somehow illegitimate. When the Secret Service actually does its job and keeps the president alive, CNN treats it like a cover-up.
Well, you know what?
Because they're in it.
I'm beginning to think that CNN. This is not hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Okay.
I'm beginning to think CNN got tipped off that there's going to be something.
Oh yeah.
Like they got like where he got shot. What's the place called? Butler.
Yeah.
Or like when they showed up at Roger Stone
Mhm.
at 4 a.m, kind of thing.
Yep.
How do they show up at those particular places with cameras ready to go?
Hey George, isn't it funny that this story breaks out and the Air Force general gets booted out, found as being a leaker?
Wow.
Just timing of everything. Blind Golf Girl, a pre-tier tax is like telling a roommate who pays a lot of rent but never is there to go F off and go away. Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, it's getting closer to Escape from LA, from New York. Also LA. It's not even that good. Jake Tapper. So the USSS, so the United States Secret Service, thought that the threat against the president was strong enough to surreptitiously remove him from Air Force One, then proceed to let the plane full of White House staffers and reporter take off and fly back to the United States. Yes. Yes. It's beautiful. You know, got to keep up appearance, right? Oh, yep. SM, hey clowns. In March of 2000, President Clinton used an unmarked decoy executive jet to fly secretly into Islamabad, Pakistan, while his official Air Force One flew ahead as decoy to fool potential threats. This high security ruse was enacted during a tense regional climate to protect the president during a historic South Asia trip. So this isn't the only time it happened in other presidencies. Polymark Jessen, James Bond producer Amy Pascals reveals that the next 007 actor will offer a real different take on the character. Chinese Gordon says Pierce Brosnan returning as a retired 007 is the only acceptable different take on James Bond. I second that. George? George? Lou? Did he freeze? He crashed. Good old George crashed. He crashed.
No, I'm right here. I'm just enthralled with the image of James Bond. I just close my eyes and go like, old James Bond. Yep. Check.
Yeah.
And then I thought, wait a minute, why stop at old James Bond?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else has he produced that's actually great?
Interesting.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Remington Steele show.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he would capture the chick market if he and Stephanie Z something were to do like a movie or a limited run series.
Oh, yeah?
That'd be just freaking amazing.
I don't know. I have mixed feeling about Remington Steele because he was on that show and made him not be James Bond earlier than he could have been. I mean, we got Dalton out of it, but you know. I mean, I guess. After publicly boarding Air Force One in Turkey, President Trump was secretly moved out of sight from the press to a nearby C-32A plane, which he used to fly to UK while there was a possible Iranian assassination plot, Washington Post. The usual Air Force One was a decoy. This was after he originally shifted from the new Air Force One. Not surprising if true, but who's leaking this to WAPO? The story is emerging just days after Secretary Pete Hegseth exposed the alleged leaker surrounding the first Air Force One story. And there it is, George. Another leaker. They need to be potty trained. But you know what's also important about the stories and what's happening?
What?
John Solomon, Trump administration negotiated the removal of nuclear weapons from the covert Syrian site, which is what the real nuclear waste is they're going after. You know? No comment? Or deeply commented?
Strange.
Stephen Strange is not going to help you, sir. Even if he has America on his side. You know, speaking of that, isn't it sad that only Spider-Man is actually doing well out of the quote-unquote Marvel movies? No? The lovely Sherry. Hi. Hi.
Yeah, they don't care. Why? It's not their money. It's not their campaign.
Yeah.
And if they fail, all you have to do is just point over to the guy on the left. It's their campaign. It's their money.
I don't know. All right, everybody's
Kung Fu fighting?
No, everybody's posting about this individual saying, "Hey, viral real addict, the mystery of the woman staying next to Trump has been solved. The woman sitting next to Trump, she's not sitting, she's standing. Moves her hand and presses a device on her stomach. At that exact moment, Trump suddenly jumps up and startled as he had given an electric shock to wake him in front of the camera. Very suspicious." I don't know. So either she's a cyborg, one of Elon's further prototypes, or it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you know, some ladies are just nervous, and Trump just has to be like, okay. Any comments? Do 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 do. Nope. All right, moving on. Breaking 911. A Wisconsin video game store had acquired nearly 100 never before seen copy of Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt cartridges, with 3 headed to auction this month, potentially worth millions. So they discover a box full of original NES cartridges, George. Original mint conditions. Mm-hmm. Any comments?
Something's not adding up here.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like after the fact, when they should have took precautions before. You see where I'm going with this?
Okay.
It just doesn't ring right. I don't know. There's something about that story. It just doesn't ring right.
The previous story?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
Okay. From Colonel Town Watkins. Walking here. This is either very, very good or very, very bad. Matt Van Swol, former Navy SEAL Cameron Hamilton, has now taken over as FEMA administrator for a second time. Cameron was extremely vocal critic of FEMA response in Western North Carolina and was fired by Christian Noem. Thank you, President Trump, for bringing him back. Okay.
Nice.
So apparently, Henry Cavill's getting his way with his project with Warhammer 40K.
What?
That Amazon is adhering to his request for his shows with the 40K property.
You mean Amazon tried to screw him over with the story and he said no?
Yeah. And basically, okay, we'll do it your way. But it wouldn't be the first time of them trying to screw Cavill.
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump, I'm proud to announce the American citizen Robert Gilman, a former United States Marine, is coming home. It's in a well-known media story. Robert was in prison in Russia in 2022. During the Biden administration, after my discussion with President Vladimir Putin, Russia has agreed to release him. Very much on a humanitarian basis, we appreciate this decision and the fact that Russia asked for no one in return. No exchange took place. Robert will land at Andrews Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. tonight, where my representatives, some of whom are on the plane with him, will welcome Robert back to the United States of America. I just spoke to him, and he had one request: a great cheeseburger when he lands. I will.
Yes.
I just spoke with him, and he had. Let's see. I will take care of that, because he worked at McDonald's, so he knows how to make good cheeseburgers.
He knows how to order them.
Yeah.
I like one cheeseburger.
Yeah.
The best.
And don't skimp it, because I've been behind the counter before.
Yes. I know when the cheeseburger's flabby. I worked at McDonald's.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, this just is awesome.
Let's see, where was I? During my administration, we have prioritized bringing home Americans detained abroad, and had done so at a level never seen before, returning hundreds of people to their families. We also freed many non-Americans who were under the capture in different countries throughout the world. Robert Gilman has been reunited with his wonderful mother, Nancy, is also on the plane with him and will soon get to see all of his loved ones. Thank you to my incredible team, including Special Envoy for Peace Mission, Stephen Witkoff, Special Envoy for Hostage Response, Adam Breuer, Senior Director for Counterterrorism, Sebastian Gorka, Jared Kushner, and many others who made this possible. God bless America. President Donald J. Trump.
Whoa, hold on a sec. Why wouldn't he thank Putin?
He did at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
You got distracted after he said, I'm going to order some cheese.
Yeah, I totally got distracted with the cheeseburger.
It's like, I got to do the cheeseburgers. You know, I don't know what's happening to Hollywood, but Hollywood's going crazier and crazier as time going by. How so? Here's Kelly Osbourne now.
Oh, it's the Ozempic thing. It's gotta be.
Gotta be the Ozempic. The Ozempic face strikes again. You know? Well, George, you know how hot it is?
It's very hot.
So hot that even a bear is jumping in swimming pools.
It's getting hot in here.
Had some ripples in his backyard pool, and here's why. A huge bear cooling off in the mid-90s temperature, ready for a drink, and maybe one of those little umbrellas in there as well. The man says the bear did eventually wander off, but not after giving him some looks, perhaps for the bad drink service. A man in Los Angeles spotted some...
That's a problem. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he's going to come back for more.
Yep, he's coming back for more.
Yeah.
And now you got to get the bare necessities out.
Yeah. Bare necessity, the simple bare necessity. Going to move on. All right. Let's see. So apparently, the planet's supposed to align tomorrow night. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some kind of event's happening. Michael Bradbury, something else is about to hit Earth on August 12th. Now, a CME from the sun is expected to reach the Earth, bringing the possible geomagnetic storm condition. A total solar eclipse. Percent media shower shows its peak. Multiple planets lining in the morning sky. A new solar material arriving on Earth. Okay. Just another Wednesday.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
You know, a lot of bears stories happening.
Can you bear it?
I mean, gotta grin and bear it.
We're gonna have to grin and bear it.
Exactly. A female officer ran away as a man destroyed her car and threw a stone at her.
What?
So here's a guy, and it's throwing stones at the windshield. It's like, why don't you tase him? Tase him. She did, but she pulled back that the tasing didn't work. You know? Oh, by the way, a club bear wanted to have some fine dining, but he couldn't get any service. Where's the service? How come nobody's giving me a seat?
Hey, that's the same bear from the pool.
Yeah. He's like, I'm trying to get here. What's so hard of me getting service? It's discrimination. I can't bear it. I don't know. All right. All right. There's a normal pizza, and then there's pizza rolls. All right.
Pause. Okay, this is the famous Danish pizza.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a pizza roll. It's a Danish pizza.
It's a Danish pizza.
And I made a Danish pizza back in mid 80s when I was managing a pizza store.
Okay.
It's absolutely delicious, but you have to use sugar dough.
Okay.
Not just normal pizza dough. You have to use sugar dough. You have to have a little more sugar in the dough than usual.
Mm. Well, there you go. Enjoy the crunch and savoriness of it. You know, it was a very slow night tonight.
Well, you can make your own Danish. Or you can actually order the pizza. You know, a pepperoni pizza or whatever.
Yeah.
When it comes, then you cut it in strips like that. But before you actually roll the strips, you have to have extra cheese in there. And then once you roll it, you fork it with a big toothpick.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put it in the toaster oven for about 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you got your perfect Danish pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you know, you don't have to actually go all the way backwards to the dough.
You can just fork it up. All right. Thank you to Ethereal Dragon. Thank you to Blonde Goth Girl. Thank you to the lovely Sherry. George, what's your final thoughts?
Yep.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow for more. Bye.
I believe that together we can make America great again. I believe